Okay, so I've been using the iPhone XR for the last 2 years and upgraded to this, the 12 mini, and you can already tell it was a bit of a difference. And in this video, I'm going to go over what actually is an upgrade and what is, believe it or not, a bit of a downgrade. Basically, my experience going from the XR to the 12 mini. So let's go. Okay, so if you've never held an iPhone 12 mini before, you gotta get a grip on it to really understand how small we are talking. It's smaller than the 6, 7 and 8 series of iPhones, and it feels more like a larger 5S than a smaller 7, which is to say that it's incredibly comfortable in the hand and you can barely tell if it's in your pocket. And that was really liberating coming from the XR. It honestly feels like half the weight of the XR and the ergonomics are just way better. It's easier to grip and hold and just feels nicer in the hand with the flat sides. Really, the XR now feels like a slippery giant of a phone. And the buttons also feel a bit better with the flat sides. So yeah, it's a definite upgrade over the XR with the new design. Now turning on the display, you can immediately tell that the bezels are way thinner and the display way smaller. And you can also tell that it's different because it's OLED. And I actually have mixed feelings with this. Yes, the blacks are true blacks and the contrast is way higher than on the XR, but it's not as color accurate as LCD. And I don't know if it's just me, but the display has too much of a yellow tint to it. It's too much, in fact, that I've disabled True Tone, which I never do. And yeah, I've adapted a bit, so it's not as jarring as when I first took it out of the box. The resolution is also better, and you can tell that the text is a bit sharper. And you can also notice it in videos. So yes, the display quality is better than the XR, but it's also a lot smaller than the XR. But it doesn't really feel that small after the first few minutes. Almost all apps feel the same. And I think iOS design guidelines play a major role in keeping everything nice and looking right on the smaller display. The keyboard is a bit smaller, but it's not that different if you one-hand it or swipe to type. Really, everything feels right until you turn it sideways. It's a lot narrower than the XR and even the 7. So games and videos and just about everything you do in landscape doesn't look as good or as immersive. Like watching YouTube on the mini feels like a big downgrade. Yeah, it's like way too small coming from the XR. The speakers don't do it any good either. They are loud but tinny. There's little bass. It's a noticeable step down from the XR. Yeah, it's bad. It's a lot less of a difference in Instagram and some games, but you can still tell that it's smaller. So yeah, it's not the best of both worlds. It's a choice between a bigger immersive display and a small comfortable phone. But you do get used to whatever the size pretty quick, and a week in, it'll be the new normal. Okay, the other thing I've grown accustomed to on the XR is the excellent battery life. And for some context, I never do low power mode, leave LTE, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth on all the time, with brightness at about 1/3 of the way. This XR usually lasted me 2 days, and this iPhone 12 mini lasts me about a day with 30% battery left. So yes, this needs to be charged more often, and I use a regular Qi charger, which is convenient, but no matter what, I have to plug it in every day. Okay, that was everything, I guess. Okay, no, the cameras are also a big upgrade. You get a new ultra wide, which is very ultra. The main camera is also a pretty big step up. And you also get new features like night mode and deep fusion. But frankly, I don't really take a lot of photos or videos on my phone anymore. So I'm not the right person for this. But yes, I have noticed a difference on all the cameras really. And yes, the silver edges are a lot more noticeable while using the phone than I thought. But yeah, I do like the white back. And that wraps up my experience with this upgrade or downgrade to the new 12 mini. The design and form factor is a huge plus. The display, while better quality, is smaller, so I'll take that as a downgrade. Cameras are definitely an upgrade. Battery life is a downgrade. And the speakers are a downgrade as well. I think it's a conscious decision you have to make if you really can't deal with the size of the XR or the 11. But practicality aside, it's the nicest iPhone I've used in a while, and I'm never going back. Alright, so you can hopefully tell if it's worth an upgrade for you. Comment down below whichever way you go, or if you did get the 12 mini, how's it been? Like this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe if you don't want to miss new videos, and I'll see you then.